Hi guys, and today's video replays we're going to see myself and someone in my live stream by the name of War. His full name is War Headrun 1. Sorry, no, correction, this is the Rock game. His name is Rock6609. We are Platoon together. As you can see, I'm in my Mark 46 pattern. Bring the map down a touch. I'm in my Mark 46 pattern. He is in his Waffenträger E100, and this is a very heavy tier 10 game. And so yeah, guys, enjoy the replay, and yeah, enjoy the Jingles voice pack mod.
Man mode. Get your man pants on. Let's do it.
First things first, our IS-7 screams don't go city, which AMX-12 says okay, I won't. Which is kind of wrong. I tell Rock that I'm going to the city, but first things first, I go to my little camp area right here. Bachelli on 25T almost hits me. Now this little lip I'm on in right here. It depends on your tank size, of course. If your tank's a little bit too big, you do tend to get this rocking motion, like in the T-34, T-32. In the smaller tanks like the Chaffee, the EZ-8 Sherman, E-2 Sherman, and of course the Patterns, you don't get that rocking motion so much. See? No rocking motion. Get a contact in the valley, a T-71. Of course, I'm covering our heavies, who are smart enough. Now, notice our heavies are smart enough not to go down this road, this open road area, because there could be any number of tanks on this little 4-5 line, lighting this whole area up, and with a Death Star, an Object 268, and another Waffenträger E100, trust me, they would make very short work of absolutely anything, and I do mean anything, going down that road. Please stop going down that road, and most importantly, buy a friggin' fire extinguisher. Anyway, back to the gameplay. I tell Rock that I'm gonna give cover fire. Leopard 1 says, I got it covered, bro, you can go. We see an
And that's
Panzer.
not too shabby at all.
No, it ain't. I get one nice shot into him. I lose sight of him. Leopard 1 says, I got this, bro. Go cover city, because I got the superior view range. And I wait just a little bit longer in case that Afghan Panther comes back. I take a random pot shot from the Afghan Panther, thinking I'm by the rock, thinking that's what's going to say use the camouflage there. But of course I'm not. I'm nowhere near there. So that was a blind fire shot from him. Now, in the city, we're starting to get a few contacts. I decide to go down low, as you can see, a T-62A and IS-7. Rock says, please go low to stop him from flanking up into us. I'm like, sure, not a problem. But I'm not going to break around the lip near the river because the Afghan Panther's there. Now, they've lost their T-71 and their AMX-12T. We haven't lost a single tank yet. I've done 204 damage so far in one shot. Object 268. I wait. Now he's just spotted me. I don't have Sixth Sense on this tank yet. I know he's just spotted me because he backs up a little bit. Fires his shot, backs up. IS-7 takes a big 510 points of damage there from Rock. So I know Rock's got some decent cover. The Object 268 is backing up. Unfortunately, the IS-6 returns fire on Rock. Rock then, doing kind, hits him back for another 455. French Bachellion pops out, gets a whack from the Object 140, gets one into the 268. Rock, as you can see there, is telling everyone he's reloading. Our IS-7 that's with him confirms that. I push forward a touch to try and get a shot. I shoot, I bounce, he shoots, misses me. Luckily, I might add. I roll forward a little bit because I know my reload rate's faster than him. Can I get a shot? I try to track him. Unfortunately, no. Bachellion pops out. IS-7 stupidly moves forward, knowing that there is an Object 140 and now a T-34 popping forward. takes one from the T-34, but in return shoots the T-34 back. I in turn bounce another shot off the Object 268 with its troll frontal armor. And I'm still thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Rock, at this point on voice chat, is telling me, don't worry, we got this, look at the scores. We've only lost a WZ131. There's 3 heavies in Valley, but we got 2 heavies and a really powerful TD covering Valley, so we're not worried there. Plus we got some TDs on the 4-5 line, so we're not worried there either. So we got this good. Object pops out.
It's hopeless.
Bounced another one. T-34 pulls forward. Random shot went out from the 140. Missed me. I get one at the side and I track the T-34. T-34 blows up. I take a shot on the side of my turret from the Afghan Panther, which for some reason, as you can see here, our tank destroyer has not lit it up, period, which is really starting to agitate me. I tell the, you know, I take another one from the Afghan Panzer, but it bounces, does nothing.
Yeah, that's right, bitches.
I finally get one into the Object 268. Rock gets another one into him, and then a third, and then takes another one, finishes him off. Object 140 sees where the wind's blowing, takes a shot from Rock. I'm trying to reload, get one, get a 267 low roll in him. Not bad for a little for a 90mm gun. Gets finished off by our Leopard 1. They're off on Traeger E100s trying to take out our Leopard 1. I look up, Rock says, you know, Mayday, T-62 IS-7, our Bachelion's really bad, our AMX-50B's really jacked up, I need help, Dan. I stop for a second, I say, let me try and get some flanks in, can you hold off? He goes, yeah, I can hold. Their T-62, as you can see, caught fire, but has a fire extinguisher, but too late, so sorry, Bachelion finishes him off. IS-7's by himself, notices me, pulls back because he realizes this is a flanking maneuver, still pops out, couldn't get one in time, couldn't snap it. Right dead, AMX-50B gets a 384 damage roll into the IS-7. I'm slowly rolling forward, trying to play chicken. Here I try to get him to fire. Didn't pop out fast enough for him, so I decided, you know what, he's seen me, let me back up. Our IS-7's backed up with me. The enemy, and right here, I literally crap my pants. I see a Waffenträger E100. He shoots me for 592 damage right in the side, as you can see here, guys. Right in the side here. I'm thinking, great, please don't be an ammo rack. Luckily enough, it's not. I go, yeah, get out of there. Out of nowhere, Rock, like the true champion, pops out, gets one, gets two, 3 shots into him, finishes him off. Unfortunately, I couldn't return fire. Now, Rock's on really low health. There is a very decently one-shotting capability IS-7 that can finish him off. In fact, he can finish off damn near all 4 of those tanks. I'm like, you know what, I gotta help him. So I stop, clutch braking kicks in, out of nowhere, Bachelion 25T and the AMX-50 grow a pair of bollocks and start laying shots into the IS-7. IS-7 starts to bounce a few, Bachelion really starts to... Actually, no, the Batchat 25T finishes off the IS-7. Their STI finishes off an E75. We've now got no heavies in the valley, just a light tank, 2 tank destroyers and a medium guarding base. And quite literally we were thinking, great, it's over. But unfortunately, we had to keep pushing. We really did have to keep pushing, and so we did. I waited for Rock to catch up. Rock went high, he said go low. We spot the Death Star. Our Death Star fires and misses. I wait, try to get a shot, but I actually realize the Death Star staring right at me. I literally shit my pants, back up, just in the off chance he's got that big, you know, 1700 hit point premium round that can one-shot me even when if I'm at full health, which I'm not. And I'm thinking, I'm going to sneaky Pete it across. Mark 46 Patton tries to think, you know what, screw this, I know which way the wind's blowing, I'm getting out of here. Let's try and get some flanks into them. Afghan Panzer finally shows back up, down to 17 hit points. I'm thinking, I got this. I look, no shot on the Afghan Panzer. I see the pattern. I swing around, take a snapshot, nail him in his drive wheel. He's now tracked. Afghan Panzer pops out, gets one from the RM-103 from our Battalion. Now I'm waiting for this Death Star to get lit back up, or the pattern to move. Pattern moves. I stop, pull back a little bit, use the building for cover from the Death Star. He's tracked again. Get a nice little chunky shot right at the side, and guess what? Battalion finishes him off. Reloaded. I move forward now. Wait for the Death Star to get lit up. Again, I can be easily one-shotted. Their M103 is down near on a scratch of life. Stuck in the valley, about to get pinched between a tank destroyer and a medium. So we don't have to worry about valley. We just got to worry about this Death Star, because this Death Star can easily one-shot any of us. We're all on literally on slips of health, as you can see, guys. The Batchat 25, the IS-7, Rock, and myself are easily one-shots for this tank destroyer. He's let back up by our E4. And all of a sudden, Rock gets one into him, two into him, I bounce, he gets three into him, he's tracked. And of course, Rock and the Battalion ninjas the kill. But as you can see, Rock had a blinding game there, 4 kills, he did over 8,000 damage, absolutely amazing. I was totally stoked for him. I did just a hair under, with spotting damage, a hair under 1800, which wasn't bad for a Mark 48 pattern, only with the second gun. I don't have the 105. I do have the upgraded turret, the upgraded radio, and the upgraded engines, but I just don't have that big 105 yet. And that brought this game pretty much to an end pretty quick. We all congratulate with the GG, especially me, as you can see right there. Replay's over. And well, guys, here's another replay, but this time it's my T-32. And we're going to let this load up. And I haven't done any team battles whatsoever since they incorporated it into the game. This replay is of my T-32 actually in a team battle. Now, again, as you can see, there's Rock. He's our leader, our company, our team leader. We've got a Chinese 110. We've got an IS-3, 2 T-32s, and a Tiger 2. The enemy have an IS-3, a Tiger 2, a VK-4502A, a T-69, and an AMX 1390. Now, instantly we're thinking, great, they do have mobility, and they do. The T-69 and the AMX 1390 are known for their mobility. So is the IS-3. Believe it or not, comparing the IS-3 to another tank like the VK-4502A, or even the Tiger 2, or even the T-32, the IS-3 is actually more mobile. So we're thinking, great, do we base camp? What do we do? And, well, check out the replay, guys. Right, at this point, Rock's gone ahead and told us this is our strategy. We're going to go up, and we're going to stop at G2, G3 area. Why? Because if they try to pincer us, we can counter pincer. If they try to rush, we can actually counter them, and if they go field, we're not too far away from the cap to reset. And quite literally, all of us immediately agreed and said that is the smartest play to do. And it is, if you think about it. One, they do have a lot of mobility, and yes, this is an entire clan we're fighting. We're a whole bunch of ragtag guys. Warhead Run and Rock are actually live in my live stream chat, so they're literally hearing everything that's going on. Little DD and I can't even play. Sapraro Snow, I'll just call him Snow from this point on. Snow is actually just a guy that came into the group. The only 3 on our team that are technically platooned but not being platooned is myself, Rock, and War. And as I said, guys, at this point he's saying this is where we're going, guys. We're going all the way to Gamma 2 and we're not going any further. Of course, Little agrees. I agree with an affirmative. And off we go. 3, 2, 1, frag.
So this is your typical matchmaking.
That unfortunately was my Skype going off. Yes, it was. It was my friend Jason wishing me happy Thanksgiving. I am recording this on Thanksgiving Day. As you can see, guys, I waited, and yes, mine's not a regular T-32. You're thinking, what's going on? When I first got into a battle involving a T-32, and I'll explain this for a second. When I first got into a battle with a T-32, I couldn't tell the difference between the stock turret and the upgraded turret. And anyone who owns a T-32 will tell you the stock turret on a T-32 is so piss poor. It's a Pershing turret. Most people don't understand that, but it's actually a Pershing turret put on a heavy tank's chassis. And then the upgraded turret, of course, looks damn near similar at long range to that of the stock turret. And so, well, I asked a friend to help me, and he came up with this mod. If it's an upgraded turret, it will be the M103 turret. Not the M103, the E3, E4 turret, the American Tier 10 heavy turret. And the gun, of course, is still the long barrel 105. But I asked him to put the infrared light on it for me, just because it makes it look like a Dalek. Just because I'm a big Doctor Who fan. But anyway, he agreed. He did that for me. Big shout out to him. Thank you so much for that, Baz. You are a winner. And so we're rolling forward. Our Tiger 2, our commander, War, he says, you know what, guys, we're going to camp. Once we get to there, we're going to get there. And I can't always look at the same, because it's all one side armor. If you turn your turret as you're going across an intersection like that, you know, you've got a chance they're going to hit you in the turret and it's going to bounce. Especially your frontal troll armor. Okay, T-69 has been spotted. So we're thinking, great. We know that they at least know where I'm at, because I might have gotten spotted by the T-62. Of course, I don't have the zoom out mod yet to show you. But maybe, I know the other T-32 and R1110 have been spotted, but the IS-3 may not have. So I tell War, do you want me to push forward or what? He goes, just float around in case that AMX shows up. I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting there waiting to see if that AMX comes across the back way, past the water fountain where T-50s always used to go. Nowadays, most scout tanks just go around this little road here and turn in an echo and head cut back in and then turn back around to their prospective flags. They do this whole loop-de-loop circle thing to try and light up what they can as fast as they can, thinking it gets them a scout medal when it doesn't. It actually gets them killed. So, at this point, Ward's wondering where everyone is. Okay. T-69 gets a really good shot into that 110. It's clear that the 110 driver is not hiding his lower plate. He's really not even effectively angled. He should be truthfully, he should be turned in like how tight I am right now to this rock. If he could bury his left side into that wall or wall scrape, he'll have more effective angling against the T-69. Enemy Tiger 2 is lit up now. And of course, War gets a really good, okay roll of 329 on their Tiger 2. Their Tiger 2 bounces off of War. And of course, that means their Tiger 2 starts backing up. Again, R1110 takes another big old hit from the T-69. Now, the VK-4502 has been lit up by our T-32. He takes another hit from the T-69. And at this point, now bear in mind, the 110 doesn't have voice comms. And right behind us is an IS-3. And I'm screaming, IS-3, IS-3, flanking, flanking, flanking. You know, I take one right in the tracks. Doesn't damage me, just hits me in the track. There's the AMX 1390. So we now know where literally all of them are. We've got 4 out of the 5. Now, he's trying to cap us. Stupidly. I take one from the Tiger in my upper plate. I try to turn. Now bear in mind, we've all taken damage here. Now our poor 110 has taken another big old hit from that IS-3. Our IS-3 in return hits him for 103. I'm thinking, is he shooting freaking HE at him? You know, he must be. And unfortunately, as you saw, the T-69 got our 110. We're now 1 tank down. I see the aim. I get a nice little side shot. 337. It's a bit low on the average roll there. He starts backing off. Our IS-3 tries to get one. Our T-32 takes one from their IS-3, but in return dishes one back to him. War takes another hot. I take one from the VK4502. At this point, I'm not really worried. I try to proc a fire. Fails. He's obviously got a decent crew. Again, this is a clan. T-69 takes a big old whack. I pop out one more time. I get him again in the lower plate. It's a low roll again. I'm tracked again. But because my crew have repair and only repair, look how fast my tracks are getting fixed. 3, 2, 1. My tracks are now back up. I can move. I pull out. Get a side shot. Try to get the drive wheel track him. Fail to do that. Had to use my repair kit. He's now down to 240, and I'm thinking, great, let's finish him off. Now, that's where I messed up. I should have just aimed at the lower plate, right underneath where I shot before, or more down closer to the drive wheel. I don't know why I decided to shoot high. I should have shot low. The way he's angled like that, that was damn near going to bounce anyway, and I don't know why I shot. I really shouldn't have. So guys, if you're ever in this situation again, don't shoot high. If you got easy access to their lower plate or their drive wheel, what I need you to do, I need you to aim here. Aim right there, because you're only going to, one of two things is going to happen. You're either going to track him and do damage, or you're going to track him, which is always a good thing, especially if you've got teammates like this IS-3 sitting right here. Okay? Remember, guys, don't aim high if they're angled like that, because it just gives them more effective armor. I should have listened to my gut, okay? But I didn't, and I paid the price for it, as you can see.
The driver.
I take one right. My driver's now wounded. I'm thinking, I'm going to reload faster than him. He turns to face the IS-3, fails, turns to see me, and I shoot. I bounce again. Again, I don't know why I'm aiming high. I should have aimed low. I should have waited for him to stop. Because not what a lot of people realize is when you try to twerk, that's what he was doing, was twerking. When you try to twerk the front of your tank or your rear of your tank still has to stop. Your wheels can't instantly turn instantly. Your engine has to stop. And I should have waited for him to stop to turn again and then shot. But I was in a rush to try and finish the job, and I failed. And I take one from the AMX 1390, who's now behind me. Okay, I'm thinking, great, I'm kind of SOL here, he's just going to finish me off. Unfortunately, he didn't. He didn't finish me off. I don't know why. He bounces because he just doesn't have the penetration. Again, if you see where he shot me right here. He was trying to track me, and he missed. And truthfully, if he would have aimed for this wheel, he probably would have tracked me. Again, I get another shot. Miss. T-69, I see him, I shoot, get a good shot again. What does he do? He bounces. Why? Effective angling. As I said, guys, 2-3 degrees on a 103, 104 armor turns it into a 170, 180 armor. Bounces off of me. Our IS-3 tries to get another shot. Misses. I bounce a shot somehow off the back of my turret from a Tiger II. Now I'm thinking, great, I'm in a really bad position here. So I roll forward, try and get some cover. Bounce another shot. Now, I think he was firing HE there. He must have been firing HE. Because he bounced. I turn. Get my turret around. I don't know why the Tiger didn't shoot at me. He ends up shooting at the other T-32.
Shoot it.
I get one into that Tiger II, knocking him down to 34 hit points. Of course, now the AMX 1390 is looking at me going, sack lunch. So I finally try to get my turret around. Of course, right there, our T-32 finishes off their Tiger II. So now they've actually lost 3 tanks. The IS-3, their Tiger II, and their VK4502. And now I'm not really worried about the pressure because, why? The T-69 is shooting at our IS-3. I pop out. T-69's dead. Just this poor AMX 1390 left. I swing around. He goes down fighting. I'll give him credit.
Good stuff.
Track him. He's down to 11 hit points.
Such a problem.
Gets one into me, and then guess what? Our IS-3 finishes him off. I was basically a sponge that game. I wanted them to shoot at me, simply because of one reason: my repair crew. I knew that if they damaged my gun or my tracks, I can deal with it because they're not that far away. It's not like I'm shooting halfway across the map where you have to take in shell drop, especially with the Americans. I've noticed with the American mediums and heavies, and even their tank destroyers, you'll get days when it feels like you're firing a half powder load where and you have to adjust your shot accordingly, like leading a target. Well, same thing over distance, especially with American heavies and American mediums like the Super Pershing. You have to let the weight of the shell bring itself down. So what I tend to do in close proximity like this, I will love to be a shell magnet. And now, as you can see, there's one there. There's one here on the exhaust. There's one here on the back of my turret. Tiger 2 was obviously trying to get an ammo rack on me, and it just weren't working. RNG was on my side this time around. And as you can see here, you know, several penetrations. Obviously, the T69 was trying to get my machine gun port. Obviously, he probably just wasn't confident enough and tried to load up some HE and thinking he could get through my machine gun and kill me instantly. Weren't going to happen, bro. Ain't going to happen. Why? Are you mad? Well, needless to say, we congratulated them all with a GG, and it was a very good game. 3 of us, 5-2, can't argue with that results. And it just turned out to be a really good game. Now, the next replay you're going to see, again, is another company battle on Ensk with my T-32. Okay, and as you can see, we've now swapped out our 112 with a KV5. And this is Coda. His name is FB Sins. But in my Twitch stream, he goes by the name of Coda. Now, again, I've now got 4 people, plus myself, and Little decided to jump into the stream too to see it. So we're all looking at it somewhat real time, and from my perspective. Now, our enemy has an IS-3, a T-34, a Panther 2, an ISU-152, and an AMX-1375. Now, all of us, and literally all of us said at the same time, let's find that ISU-152 first. If we can take out his big sneeze gun, the only thing we've got to really worry about after that is the T-34. We whittle down their most powerfulest tanks. And it was just a general consensus. Now, War has our KV5 stay in similar proximity to the base, just in case they try to do a rush cap with the Panther 2 and the AMX 1375. Makes sense, they've got speed. If we try to counter them, they can leave the cap. We're out of position. IS-3, T-34 and ISU comes out of nowhere and finishes us off. It was a really smart it would have been a really smart tactic if it had worked. But you'll enjoy this replay, guys.
Not my favourite map in the game. In fact, probably my least favourite map in the game.
Yep, apparently it's his least favourite map of the game for Jingles. Now, I've got just a hair under 8 seconds on my reload. Now, normally I know that Quickie Baby likes to go to the Foxtrot 3 doorway and try to get early shots in as fast as he can. However, we had to find that ISU. No matter what, we had to find him. So, I know that a lot of tank destroyers like to camp along the Alpha Bravo line. And I said to him, let me try something. War said, sure, go ahead. Try, do what you gotta do. I pop out, and boom. There he is. The ISU-152 is in his typical tank destroyer spot. I back up. We now know where he's at. He's not a threat anymore. And I also lit up the IS-3 at the same time. Our Tiger, there's their T-34. Way out of position. A T-34 is a good slugger if he can go hull down. Where he's at, he can't go hull down. Now, I should have waited. War told me to wait, but I said to him, let me roll forward in case they try to flank us. because they've lit 4 of the 5 of us up. I pay for it by taking a shot in the side from the IS-3. Now, I'm lucky he didn't track me, or worse, proc a fire, or even more worse, you know, ammo rack me. Now, Panther 2 is now stuck. RT-32 gets flanking in, manages to get behind, and divert some shots. I see that big old meaty shot, 306 into that T-34. I'm thinking, now's the time to do it. War, let me go. I'm already hurt, let me go. War said, I've got the armor, let me push first. I'm like, fair enough, you go first. War pushes through, takes a hit from the Panther 2. Like a boss. Angled. See, immediately. Do you see what he did immediately? He angled. Whoop! Simply put, it's a straight defensive mechanism. That's what you should do. I come out, let my reticle cool down, get one right in the lower plate, as you see, right there. Again, trying to proc a fire. Of course, you know, immediately War gets one in his upper plate, because War's got the penetration. I roll forward, not paying attention to my sides again. IS-3 went to go... Their IS-3 went to try and stop RT-32 from flanking even more. I pop out. Now... Ooh. I get a track. As you can see where I aimed, I got his front driver wheel, and I even did damage. Yes, my driver took a wound.
Fantastically good fun. Just killed my driver.
Just killed my driver. Now, I'm not worried about that IS-3. Why? Because he's not even paying attention to me. He's so focused on RT-32. He's so focused on Rock. The Rock even said, don't worry about it, dude. You got this. Don't sweat it. So I'm like, okay. Now, I took some damage, and I got tracked. Didn't think much about it. Didn't really care.
So that's how you
got a nice good roll of 353 on the IS-3. Willing him, and then of course RT-32 gets another good shot. Panther thinks, I've got you now, buddy. Lower plate and bounces. He tries to go for my lower plate again. Look where he aimed. The angling, guys. The angling. Can't stress that. I pull back a little bit because our IS-3, who on full health, said, let me go through. I'm like, you know what? Okay, as you can see, we're rotating, guys. We're not just sending our tanks out to die. Tiger 2 moves forward a little bit, tries to get a little bit more angling on that T-34. Really can't get it. IS-3, their IS-3 takes another big old whack. He's now down to 206. He's a one-shot from all of us. T-32 is doing its thing. Our KV-5's like, can I get into the battle? We're like, no, we don't know where the AMX is. He's like, fair enough. So he's waiting back there. He goes, this is so boring. I'm like, I know it's boring, but you got to do it, mate. Now, the AMX-35 shows up. We've just killed their IS-3. RT-32 says, now the KV-5 can come out. I roll forward. See the T-32.
Well, you know, it's not terrible.
Yeah, I bounce. I think I actually did track damage, but who knows. Of course, RT-32 gets a shot into the AMX-1375, but because RT-32 is on such low health, that AMX-1375 knows what he's doing. IS-3 gets another good shot into the Panther 2. Their AMX-1375 finishes off Rock. Rock said, win some, lose some, mate. I pop forward, see the Panther 2.
Tracks are damaged.
Get a shot in the track, and I get another beautiful shot in his lower plate. Again, I learnt my lesson from the previous game against that VK-45. IS-3 rolls out, finishes him off. There's the ISU-152. I'm thinking, I'm going to use this T-34, to protect me from the ISU. AMX-1375 pops, gets a shot into the rear of the Tiger 2. At this point, War turns around and is trying to fend off the AMX-1375. I tell him, don't worry, let me. Finishes him off. I swing back around now because the T-34 is not paying attention.
Oh,
shot in his rear, 298 damage, low roll, really low roll. Should have got a lot higher than that. Roll forward. Our KV-5 comes and says, unfortunately, we'll lose our Tiger 2. I get one shot, finish him off. Now it's 3-on-1. Now the ISU-152 did take some damage. Now I'm really badly hurt. So I try to roll, you know, do the whole peekaboo thing around the corner to try and light him up. He's lit up, he's shot. I pop out,
Oh, hell.
and I get a really good low roll, unfortunately. If it was a decent high enough roll, it would have been game over. But he's really badly hurt. Our KV5 says, I got this, guys! I got it! I got it! I got it! Literally screaming it to us in chat. Pops out of nowhere. Poor ISU 152 didn't see it coming. Steamrolled. Wang. One shot from the KV5. We congratulated him with a GG. I did 2,088 damage out of 7 shots. And what can I say, guys? Again, the T-32 is such a beast tank if it's in its proper element. And Team Battles is the T-32's element. If you want to see some more Team Battle replays, let me know, guys. I've got I've got about 3 or 4 left. So you know what? Let's get one more in. I believe this one's on Lakeville. This is a T-32 battle report on Lakeville. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but was it this one? Yeah, again, this is the TBZ clan. We actually lost this one. So let's. I have no idea how to speed this up, but we're against a very hardcore clan, and yeah, it was. We do lose this one, I believe. I think we lose this one. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna let you guys enjoy the replay on this one.
There's a few games in this thing. Show you the sort of things you can make it do.
War says, like before, we're just gonna head into the city, do our thing. T1, light up what you can. L Tractor, light up what you can. IS3, unfortunately, Jay didn't have comms, but he had ears, and he said he sucked in the city. I told him, don't worry, come with me. I'm gonna need your gun. Come with me. We got this. And the T-32, because its fire rate is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's the best. But we can use your gun. And Jay agreed and said, fine, I'll go with you. Now again, normally if you split up in this, you die early. Medium was lit up. I think it was the T-30. No, it was the Pershing. And Jay says, what if they rush Valley? And that's when it's like, well, we've got a tank destroyer with some really good armor that can do his thing, and then we can always, RTB. And so we had Jay return back to base, because we knew that there was a Pershing there. Now, I'm rolling forward. Lighting up, see what I can light up. Don't really light up anything. L Tractor manages damn near to make it all the way to the base, which is pretty goddamn impressive if you ask me. We're like, no contact city. Do you think Big Valley push? War's thinking maybe. Marder 38T's been lit up. I stop, thinking, is that L Tractor gonna kill it? And the L Tractor, to the L Tractor's credit, he damn near did kill that Marder. I'm like, I got this, Sarge. I roll forward. Marder 38T. I stop. I really shouldn't have. I just...
Yeah, you like that.
We both fire. Both T-32s fire. And RAT-15A screaming, don't worry, I'll try and hold them off, guys, just cap. And we're like, okay. And unfortunately, at that time, our other IS-3 had connection issues. So we ended up getting capped out here, unfortunately. But this was a really good game. Not because I got a kill or anything, but their T-32 decided to stay back at base and guard, which is pretty impressive. We didn't expect to see the T-32 guard. We honestly expected to see the T-32 rush city. We really did. Unfortunately, our IS-3 came back just as they was at 60-something%. He got one shot off, could reset the cap, but unfortunately couldn't kill the one that had the most cap points. And there was just so many of them, they just out-capped us. And it was, and I was thinking, you know what? If he gets one last shot off, please, 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 please. Nope, too late. And it was a good little game. Again, it was just came down to strategy. And the moral of this replay is: do not underestimate medium tanks. If you've got a good medium tank driver that knows what he's doing, it can turn the tide of any battle. Size does help, armor definitely helps, but speed is what helps too, guys. So I'm going to end this video with a stay safe, have fun, keep your shows flying, keep your enemies dying. Cobra Commander is out, and please have a very happy Thanksgiving, or as I like to call it, a Tanksgiving. So as always, guys, take care, and I'll see you on the battlefield.